And this is going to be given by Professor Fabrice Muvundja Amisi. Is the head of faculty at the Catholic University of Bukavu in DR Congo. Fabrice has over 30 years of experience working on aquatic ecosystems. And his background is on sustainable development, environmental awareness, science research, and aquatic ecology, with a PhD from University of Namur in Belgium, focusing on geochemistry. He's also the lead for the Lake Kivu Advisory Group and has been in that role since the inception of the Lake Kivu Advisory Group. So I invite Ted to share the next slide for the Lake Kivu Advisory Group. And we'll also have the 5 minutes given for people to react, share questions, thoughts, or any other idea that you might have that can help strengthen work on Lake Kivu and the Lake Kivu Advisory Group.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this talk about Lake Kivu Advisory Group. Presentation outline. This presentation provides insights about Lake Kivu overview, Lake Kivu Advisory Group achievements and challenges, Lake Kivu Advisory Group opportunities and recommendations, and a quiz to the audience. Lake Kivu overview. Lake Kivu is an African Great Lake located in the Albertine Rift between the DR Congo and Rwanda. It belongs to the Congo Basin, the second most important hydrological basin in the world. Lake Kivu flows to Lake Tanganyika via Ruzizi River. Remember, Lake Tanganyika is a very important African lake, which is shared by several countries, including Congo, Burundi, Tanzania, and Zambia. Lake Kivu is a tectovolcanic lake lying on the feet of active volcanoes, including Nyiragongo. It's a deep, permanently stratified lake of around 500-meter maximum depth. The lake is meromictic. It is made of a tiny oxic biozone, which goes up to 60 meters maximum, and a very stable hypolimnion rich in dissolved gases, including carbon dioxide and methane. The nutrient cycling of the lake is dominated by internal sources of nutrients. This permanent stratification is caused by the intrusion of cool and hot salty waters brought by subaquatic springs at different depths of the lake. Lake Kivu receives water inputs from precipitation 3.3 cubic kilometers per year, from river runoff 2.4 cubic kilometers per year, and from subaquatic springs 1.3 cubic kilometers per year. The hydrological outputs are outflow 3.6 cubic kilometers per year, and by evaporation 3.4 cubic kilometers per year. Lake Kivu receives water inputs from precipitation 3.3 cubic kilometers per year, from river runoff 2.4 cubic kilometers per year, and from subaquatic springs 1.3 cubic kilometers per year. The hydrological outputs are made of outflow at Ruzizi River 3.6 cubic kilometers per year and evaporation 3.4 cubic kilometers per year. Lake Kivu biodiversity. In Lake Kivu, there is only one mammal species made of otters. The lake is composed of a poor ichthyofauna with 29 fish species only. The zooplankton diversity is made of around 18 taxa grouped into copepods, cladocerans, rotifers, and bdelloids. A total of 42 phytoplankton taxa was recorded in the lake. This biodiversity is very simple and makes the lake food web very simple too. Lake Advisory Group progress and achievements. Over the past 1 year since its inception, the Lake Advisory Group was able to organize at a regular basis monthly meetings. It was able to be represented in local and international conferences, including the AGLA 2021 meeting, the World Lake Conference 2021, the IISD Wednesday lunch seminars, etc. It was also able to submit an overview paper about Lake Kivu to the Journal of Great Lake Research, which is under review. The group was able to increase also its memberships. Lake Kivu Advisory Group, before AK Advisory Group, frameworks, and now. Thanks to AK Advisory Groups, there is now a framework where to talk about Lake Kivu at a regular basis and between the two riparian countries. Local researchers on Lake Kivu are now more represented and have an opportunity to advocate about promoting research about Lake Kivu during international scientific events. Lake Advisory Group challenges faced. As the lead, one of the most important challenges is lack of operating costs to organize bilateral meetings of stakeholders to inform policy and decision makers about the mission of ACARE, mobilize the media and potential members. As a community of the advisory group experts in the basin, we need funding to implement research and education projects on freshwater science in the basin according to the mission of the Lake Advisory Group. Anyway, Lake Kivu Advisory Group remains a space of opportunities. To the local African Great Lake freshwater experts, Lake Kivu Advisory Group is an opportunity to network locally and internationally. It's a space for enhanced collaboration and more impact to the community. It's also a window for advocacy to attract more investment and funding to Lake Kivu Basin in terms of research, education, and development. To the partners and decision makers, Lake Kivu Advisory Group is a valid and reliable interlocutor for promoting science and education around Lake Kivu and contributing to the achievements of the Sustainable Development Goals. By supporting science, education, and development around Lake Kivu, we help communities to meet the Sustainable Development Goals, such as fight against hunger and poverty, improving clean water and sanitation, promotion of aquatic life, promotion of peace, justice, and efficient institutions, promotion of education quality, promotion of sustainable industry and infrastructure, promotion of aquatic life and terrestrial life, promotion of clean and affordable energy, promotion of the fight against climate change. To the global freshwater scientific community, Lake Kivu Advisory Group is a space for collaboration and integration of Lake Kivu into the global freshwater knowledge and natural heritage. Therefore, we would like to submit the following question to the audience: how to get more partnership and funding for capacity building of local research and education institutions, local NGOs, and decentralized governmental entities in Lake Kivu Basin, Rwanda and Congo? Who wants to get involved? And what can she offer? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our presentation, and thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Professor Fabrice, for that wonderful presentation about the Lake Kivu Advisory Group and some of the achievements since inception, some of the way forward, and what you want, some of the questions that you posed to the audience. I take this opportunity to welcome any comments, any thoughts regarding the presentation by Fabrice, or any reaction that somebody might have with work that's ongoing in Lake Kivu through the Lake Kivu Advisory Group. I just mentioned that Professor Fabrice might not be in here, but we have the Vice Lead, Ms. Janvier Tisenge, and other members of the Lake Kivu Advisory Group will be able to also chime in and share some of their few thoughts regarding any question you may have. Thank you. So any question, it's open. As think of the question, just as I noted with Lake Edward and Albert, the Lake Kivu Advisory Group was founded on the same day in 2019, the workshop in Entebbe that was hosted by ECARE. And so far we've been able to facilitate the process that's been described by Professor Fabrice, including writing the manuscript that's been submitted and currently is under review by the Journal of Great Lakes Research, which we hope will be able to provide some strong baseline presenting opportunities and way forward for strengthening research and science on Lake Kivu. So we welcome any collaboration or any resources that somebody might have to support the Lake Kivu Advisory Group to run some of their activities has been highlighted by Professor Fabrice and contributed to by all the members of the advisory group. Any question, comment? Yes, Tony.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. If anyone knows, I was wondering if there has been any progress in identifying any of the subaquatic sources. I think in the past, it's kind of circumstantial evidence for their existence. Has there been any progress in actually identifying locations?
Thank you, Tony, for that question. I'll first open it to the members of Lake Kivu or anybody from within the Lake Kivu community to respond. Those who are in the meeting.
Well, maybe I can say something about that.
Yes, please.
So I don't know, you probably know the publication of Kellyanne Ross. That's more or less still the state where we are. So we have located the one main inflow at 250 meters depth close to Goma. And we have located some smaller inflows at shallower depths. And we also have found some saline warm inflows close to the northwestern end of the lake, but there are still a lot of open questions concerning their composition and properties. We try to sample them with Niskin bottles, but it's difficult from the boat. So I guess the next step should be, if you want to explore them in more details, to try to sample them with a remotely operated vehicle, which is of course not a trivial endeavor. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Martin. And to the meeting, Martin is one of the advisors of the Lake Kivu Advisory Group with long-term experience working with the various members and different sectors within the, especially on the biogeochemistry of the Lake Kivu. Thank you, Martin, for the response. Any other comment? Thank you. So I think with that, we can move to the next presentation.